Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome back to the Humble Servant Homestead. And so today we are here getting ready to give these chickens or chicks a bit more room to run all over this chicken coop right here, guys. Because yes, that space that I've put them in about 2 weeks ago, they're just about outgrown it. And in just a moment, I'll take you all on over there and show you all what is going on inside of that chicken coop. But before we do so, there's a few little things that I need to do on the inside. And I told my wife, I said, hey, you know what? I am going to take you all along with us. So come on along and let's go. Okay. All right. So right over here, actually what we have going on inside of this IBC tote right here. We did hatched out some more chicks here on the homestead, guys. As you all can see, we have some barred rocks, Rhode Island red, and also the mix between the barred rock and the Rhode Island red. We got us a few black sex link in here as well. Okay, so pretty much as y'all can see, I am just coming on in to do a little bit of adjustment. Okay, now what I am going to do also is where I have my quail, I'm going to do just a little bit of cleaning right here from the drop-ins from the quail as well, guys. And of course, the quail drop-in is not much different from the chicken drop-in, but one thing is you have to be a bit careful with the quail drop-in. It is a bit stronger than the chicken manure, and if you use it directly on your plant, you can burn the foliage on your plant. Okay, so what I'm going to actually use that to do is to fertilize my fruit trees. Okay, so let me get a box for that and we'll move on to the next step. And also what I will be working on pretty soon for these quail is to make a little thing underneath where that the drop-in can go directly on top and not down on the ground, guys. But for the meantime, in between time, if they do have some drop-ins on the ground, it won't hurt the chickens. Okay, the only thing I worry about is the chickens being underneath and they raining down poop on top of them. That is the only thing I am pretty much worrying about. But for the most part, they will be just fine. They'll be okay. All right. All right. So now that I have that out the way, oh, and that is heavy.
It's heavy.
Yes, indeed. All right. We're going to set that to the side because, of course, you know that will go to good use here on the homestead. Now, what I have is pretty much some pine shavings. This is what we're going to be doing with this pine shaving here is we're pretty much going to go ahead and scatter it on pretty much bedding to keep the chickens off of the cold ground so they can be real nice and comfortable, and that way they don't get sick on us. Okay. All right, and that is pretty much one bag of shaving right there. And what you see me doing right here, right now, is, to be honest with you, it is not new to me. Okay, as a little boy, what I used to have to do, because of course, you know, back home in Jamaica, they make their furnitures from scratch, okay? And so you would go to the guy that's doing the woodwork and stuff, and they'll have a lot of shaving from the wood that they have planed, and you would have a lot of shavings on the ground. And as a young man, I used to have to get the bags and go and gather all the shavings, and just to get it inside of the coop and ready for whenever my aunt or my mom, whenever they get the chicks in, it will be ready for them. We grew up. I grew up. I guess you could call it a homestead, where that my aunt used to raise meat birds. Okay, and so we used to raise them and process them and sell them to, stores in the neighborhood or restaurants of that nature. And that's how we used to do it, guys. So this is one of those things that I grew up doing. In the morning before I go to school, I would have to get up in the morning, fill up the waterers for the chickens and feed the chickens up before I leave out for school. Okay, and we're going to get a little bit over here on the back side. Okay, so now that they have been bedded up, we're going to put that to the side. Now you see all these little leaves and stuff growing here inside of the chicken coop. That is going to be totally fine, because by the time these birds get to running around, picking at these leaves, trampling these leaves, after a while, there will be no more, guys. So I'm not worrying about these. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and start breaking this right here down. Okay, put that to the side. And of course, okay, babies, all right, take it easy now. And so one of the things that you will notice that I'm still running right now at the moment is a heat lamp, guys. And I will explain the reason why I'm still running a heat lamp on these birds. Okay, so stay tuned. I will explain to you all why. All right, get this one out the way. Excuse me there, baby. Okay, and so what I'm going to be doing now is pretty much break down this little enclosure I made for these chickens. All right. All right, now you can go ahead and take you a look, guys. Now these birds right here, they have been on the homestead for right at about, I want to say 5 weeks now. And if y'all can come on in, get in a little bit closer, and you can see the growth on these birds right here. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, I am pretty much opening up this area just so that they can have a little bit more room to run. Now, to be honest with you, with the amount of birds that I have right here, they really don't need all this space right here. Okay, this coop right here is right at about 16 feet long and 10 feet wide. Okay, so really half of this right here should be feasible enough for 75 birds. So I want to say right now we're probably right at about 74 birds. We did lost one more bird, guys. But for the most part, these birds, they are strong, they are healthy. The Freedom Rangers. And the time. They're 4 weeks. They're 4 weeks. Yes. Oh, okay. 4 weeks old, and as y'all can see where they're at, They're different colors and hey, comes in different shades as well. But I'm going to go ahead. I am going to give them a little bit more, give them the whole thing to run around, just so they can have more space to walk around and exercise, and also to be a chicken. Okay. Now, what I've noticed, I have raised broilers, like I said, since I was a young man raising broilers. These birds, their characteristic is different from the broilers. They love to scratch, as if they're looking for something to eat. Now, you know, broilers, they take right at about 6 to 8 weeks to be ready to process. These birds take 13 weeks, guys. And the beautiful thing about this is you can hold them for however how long. Now, a broiler, if you still keep them on that same feeding schedule, once they pass the 8 weeks, they pretty much get real lame and cannot move. So if you're gonna keep broilers past a certain amount of time, you will need to back off the food. Take the, you know, don't feed them as often as if when you was just raising them out to get them to wait for meat. So these birds, um, I'll feed them in the morning and give them a little bit more feed at night. So it's not like I'm really, you know, pumping them food at all times. Now, one of the things that I make sure that I do is I make sure they have fresh water at all times, guys. Now, what I'm going to also do with this waterer right here, I'm going to get a string and hang it from the roof like I do with my other birds. That way they don't get a whole bunch of filth and mess inside of the water, guys. Um, Let me grab one for you. And here we go. Ooh, and she's pretty weighty. I want to grab one that still have a bit of small pin feathers on them that have not came out of the wax just as yet. Like I said, I am keeping the lighting on them pretty much depends on what the temperature outside is like. If the temperature goes up to about 65 and up, I will turn that light off. But if it's colder outside, what I will do, I will leave that light on. Simple reason why, guys. If you notice, these birds, they are still a bit naked. Okay, what do you mean by they're still a bit naked? If you can see right here, they still have a bit of pin feathers on them that have not fallen off as yet. All their feathers have not came in just as yet, so therefore they still need that lighting, guys, to help them to stay warm while it is cold outside. And remember, at night, I definitely keep the light on them because the temperature right now is dropping down at night. Sometime 35 degrees, 40 degrees, sometime even in the 32s. So at night, I still give them lighting. Okay, so, and that right there is as you all see, the Freedom Rangers. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to back this other side off. And this right here is just a little makeshift thing right here, guys. It's temporary just to keep these chickens, you know, in a smaller space. That way they're not, you know, utilizing the whole space just as yet because it was not really necessary for them at the time. All right. And that stuff right there, I am going to put it to the side for whenever we get some more birds on in. Okay. And it is almost about that time to give them a little bit more food to take them through the night. And that right there will pretty much be it for them. All right. So, hey, that is it right there. That is what it is looking like. This is what these birds, they're looking like. Feel like they're right at about 2.5 pounds. Yeah, right at about 2.5 pounds. They're very, very healthy birds. Now, remember, these birds right here, we have them on um, I say all natural diet, guys. Okay. Eventually, the goal is for us to go ahead and also free range these birds, but stick around for that, and we will take you all along with us. Okay. So, hey, and look at that. Now they're starting to venture on out. And I'm pretty sure after a while they will be running this whole entire area right here, guys, scratching and enjoying, hey, their life in here for the time being. Okay, and so pretty much, I think that's pretty much it, right? Oh, you why you running, baby? You
Listen,
running?
there's a whole bunch of bees over here.
They ain't go. As long as you don't swat them, as long as you don't, you should be all right. Okay, just yeah. So all of a sudden, guys, we have some bees that show up from out of nowhere, pretty much kind of swarming our feed that we have here on the homestead. I guess from the sweetness that's inside of the feed, they're swarming it. But hey, you know,
It looks like somebody lost their bee colony.
you think so?
Yes,
Well,
it's hundreds of bees here, guys.
yeah. Well, hey, you say you is trying to get a few bees, right?
Yeah, but I don't have a box to put them in
Well,
right
I mean,
now.
hey, you might have to make you a box, right?
That's right.
All right, to make you a box. But nonetheless, that is pretty much it right there. Like I said, I'm going to set the light back up for these chickens to stay cool or to stay warm rather at night. Come on, get out the corner, girls and boys. Huh?
You telling me to get out the corner?
Well, you come out the corner. Get away from the bees too, then. Since you're scared of the bees. Get out of the corner. Get out of the corner, fellas. Get out. Go ahead. Go on the roam. Go ahead and roam. It's all right. I guess they're saying that this environment is starting to look a little different to them. Get out of there. Is that what y'all saying? Get on out there. Go ahead and go venture on out. Venture on out.
This is where you tell them to spread their wings.
Yeah,
right?
spread your wings and fly a little bit if you want to. Okay? But, they're going to eventually feel the area on out and get comfortable and start running. But, guys, nonetheless, that is it right there. I just want to say thanks to each and every one of you all out there for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And as always, peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there. Remember, keep a smile on your face. You be happy, you be blessed, and you be cheerful. Until next time, we will come back on in 6-week update on these birds so you all can see the progress and also how they are doing. And also, if we lose any, I will let you all know how they're doing or if how much more we lost. But for the most part, these birds, they are very strong birds. We'll see how it is once we get them processed and dressed out. But nonetheless, guys, thanks for stopping by. Have a blessed day.